Hello everybody, I'm Janine Davis of James Davis & Associates. I believe everyone can succeed and be happy with the right encouragement, inspiration, and motivation. So I'm here today with an episode of Today on the Blog to give you just that. The idea today on the blog is an interesting one. The idea is that you should give 100% in everything you do because 50-50 is for losers. Think about it. I can't think of any place in my life where giving 50% is acceptable. If I got 50% on a test in school, I flunked it. If I feed my children 50% of the time, they're going to be hungry, and Child Protective Services is going to be at my door taking away 100% of my children. My wedding vows called for me to love, honor, and forsake all others. They didn't call for me to do 50%. I'm on duty 100% of the time. I want a man who's on duty 100% of the time. If my husband brought home 50% of his paycheck and I brought home 50% of mine, our standard of living would decrease, not increase. If my husband was faithful 50% of the time and I loved him 50% of the time, we would not be a strong, happy, successful unit. If I'm a parent to our children 50% of the time, and my husband's a parent to our children 50% of the time, our children will be lost. I'm on duty 100% of the time, and I want someone who's going to be on duty 100% of the time with me. I do not believe in 50-50. I think you need to give 100% of your life in everything you do. I know I meet a lot of people who say they want to give 50-50 in a relationship. And I admire the effort of thinking we want an equal partner and we want to be equally yoked, so we're going to split things. Real maturity, though, comes when people realize that each party has to give 100% to a relationship for it to be real, sustainable, and successful. I mean, think about it this way. We have a table that weighs 100 pounds. My husband and I have to move this dining room table because we want to paint the room. I can only lift 40 pounds. That's my 100% best is 40 pounds. His 100% best is 60 pounds. So if he's waiting for me to lift 50% of that table, 50 pounds, it's never going to move. It's just not going to happen because I can't do it. But if he wants me to give 100%, give my best work, and he gives 100% his best work, we can lift that table all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. That's because we're both giving our best effort to the enterprise. And that's what I want to encourage you today. When it comes to your business and business partnerships, relationships with suppliers, relationships with competitors, whatever it is that you're doing, do not look for 50-50. Look for people who are going to give you 100%. You want someone who's going to give their best to what you're doing together. You want someone who's going to try. You want someone who's going to give the best that they have to offer so that when you give your best, that enterprise, the resulting product will be amazing. Seriously, think about it. Sit down and think about where in your life you can give 50% and expect to get great and wonderful results. I can't think of it because it's just not who I am. I don't give 50%. I give 100%. If I'm your friend, I'm 100% your friend. If I am working for you, you're my client, I'm giving you 100% of my effort for clients. I'm giving 100% because I want to give you my best. And in return, I want to get the best you have to offer. And I can expect that because we all know what goes around comes around. You reap what you sow. So if I'm giving my 100%, if I'm giving my best efforts, it's reasonable for me to expect people to give their best efforts back to me. And that's extremely important to remember. Partial work yields to partial results. You don't want partial results. You want the best that people have to offer. So you should give the best that you have to offer. Give 100% in all you do. Do not look for 50-50 partners. Look for people who will give 100%, and then you do the same. Okay? That's it for today on the blog. Tune in on IGTV in a few minutes, and you'll see the confidence tip of the day. Also, we have a new great series coming up. We're going to be talking about how to advocate for your children. Every Friday from now on, we're going to have a little 10-15 minute Facebook Live session or a video recording talking about how you can advocate for your children. I want you to be prepared to advocate for your children, especially since there's a new school year starting, okay? So the idea today on the blog is don't look for 50-50 partners. Look for people who will give 100% and you do the same. I'm going to see you in a few minutes on IGTV, where I'm going to give you the confidence tip of the day. And I'm going to look for you next Friday, when we're going to start our series on how to advocate for your children. Okay? Bye, everybody.